Hi everyone, welcome to today's short altcoin Bible. This weekend we're having our Christmas party. You haven't bought tickets yet. There's still time. It's going to be amazing. We've got all the guys from SwiftX, Bybit, some industry heavy hitters. We're going to be there and have a great time on the super yacht. So look into that. If you also want to watch the full version of this episode where I look at Bitcoin and the broader market, have discussion around my thoughts, make sure to become a newsletter subscriber by clicking the link below. Thanks guys, let's crack in. Hey beauty, it's always good to have Sui back on my list in my top three. So this had one of the biggest moves in the layer one bracket overnight, which I'm always paying attention to. I'm also looking at the Bitcoin pairs. It had one of the biggest moves versus Bitcoin out of that top tier. So that gives me some good data to think, all right, there might be some sustainability here. At this support level, this beautiful sort of retest of those lows, sweep that liquidity. You've got bulls gaining strength with that bullish divergence below as well. Love that. Also, you've had just 70% drawdown. So a lot of this stuff is looking to bottom, and Bitcoin showed some stability overnight as well, back above 91,000. So really like that. It's the first close for Sui back above the 10 and the 20 EMA since we go way back to early October. So that is an interesting looking chart, and this daily bullish engulfing candle just eclipses all that going there. So I think this has legs to go a little bit higher. Really the test for me is getting above that $1.70 level, and if we can flip that, that's the first port of call, and then we're coming up to this next major level, which is about $1.93. So I think $2 is going to get tested with Sui sooner rather than later, but we want to continue to see this high low flips. You're looking for entry points. I think back here down at $1.55 you might get lucky. This engulfing candle looks pretty strong, so it might have some continuation for a bit before you might look at entries. Okay, so the wind, it looks like it's fully gone out of the sales privacy coin narrative for whatever reason that fired off. But Zcash, there's been a lot of talk around it, and if you look at the trend, it looks shocking. So this is a bad chart. Ideally, danger zone last week would have been great, or the week before, where you're kind of looking in this kind of region. But you just see this uptrend here, higher highs, higher lows, just beautiful uptrend. Lots of people getting in through here, looking for this going high. A lot of liquidities are just hanging around, looking for the next big thing to throw their money into. Privacy coins was it. Then we had the uptrend break, the violation. You can see the line going up was violated by this big red candle here. Then we had the retest underneath. So this is the path for Zcash here. This is a very ugly looking chart. The momentum is now very much with the bears. Sellers are pushing things much lower. Like Bitcoin, you think when it lost 100K, we really started to motor down to these kind of levels. So the 100-day moving average is just below at the volume block, about 250. Then the 200-day moving average down here is that next level, which I think we can snake down to. Now, that said, for bulls to get excited again, we just want to flip this up a level here, 439. Just come back there, flip that as a resistance, flip back into support, then we can really make that move higher. Right, and one to watch this week's on the lower risk spectrum. You know how I like to do that. Looking at Ethereum here, being in that institutional bracket, second lowest risk asset, if we're seeing that movement, if we're seeing, Vanguard getting into the space, which we are, the second largest ETF issuer behind BlackRock, then Ethereum's probably where you want to look at. It's holding this major support level versus Bitcoin. Tap. You can get straddling my horizontal there. If we can continue to hold above the 200 here, then I think it's going to do something like this and break that downtrend. But you have to wait. The proof is in the pudding. And I think flipping this level here will be the key, about 0.35. This is probably not a bad risk reward area to get into it, but I would be very cautious if it starts closing anywhere beneath that 0.032 region. If we just flip on over to the USD chart, very similar. We are really tapping this huge support block. Love this though. The big wick, come back down, higher low, wick again, bullish engulfing reversal. I think this follows my squiggle here, where we've got this overhead resistance with this line, but we need to breach it, come back down, find that support. So I'd be waiting for either a breakout here or just for another tap of this region here where you might get interested. Ultimately though, we need to clear the downtrend and the horizontal above 3276. All right guys, have a wonderful day. Hopefully catch you at the boat. See you soon. Bye.